Coming up on the Raiders Report is Beast Mode, coming back to the Raiders in 2019. Next one then, what are the chances Michael Crabtree is going to be back in silver and black? And last, Johnathan Hankins, could he be potentially signing with an AFC West rival? Find out on the Raiders Report. Raider Nation, we did it. Congrats to everybody who subscribes. This is a team effort. Hit 10,000, and as Joe said, we're got to get to 100,000. So I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who subscribed. I am blessed that I get to come in every single day and I get to interact with the greatest fan base in all of sports. So Raider Nation, this is to you. And yeah, I did it. And if you guys want to interact with me on Instagram and Twitter, it's at MitchellRenz365. Give me some ideas what we can do when we hit 100K. But again, I want to say thank you to everyone. We did it. You guys ready now to get into some 6 rumors? Because I got it going. Oh, God. Oh, that is a lot. It came out of nowhere. Ho, ho, ho to that, right? Well, I told you guys I would do it. 10K subscriber challenge. It is in there. Joe Lopez, thanks to everyone. Thanks to everybody, again, who subscribed. Let's get into some rumors now. Raiders, are they staying in Oakland? This one's for Chucky heads, believe it, baby. And can we just say hallelujah, right? I know I might look like Jesus right now, but can we just say hallelujah? And it's finally, in quotes, a done deal. Because here's the thing. It still needs to be written or signed that the Raiders go to Oakland. But from all of our sources here, it's basically a done deal. Now, the 2019 option is $7.5 million. But it's funny because now there's another little rumor out there that the Raiders could actually end up playing in Oakland again for 2020. But that is only if the Vegas Stadium isn't ready. I'm telling you right now, if the Vegas Stadium isn't ready in 2020, this is what I might actually look like doing the shows. This would make me insane. It would make me absolutely gray. But I think it's really nice to finally see that we have a home in 2019, because when you're homeless, this is what you look like. Are you going to a Raiders game this year? I want to know from everybody watching. I want you to type Y for yes or type N for no. And if you are going to a Raiders game, if you want me to go with you, hit me up on IG or Twitter at MitchellRenz365. I may be able to go because guess what? I got a Derek Carr jersey now. All right, let's get that next rumor up here. So the Raiders, they're going to Oakland. Does that mean Marshawn Lynch is coming back for 2019? I'm going to give this one 3 Chucky heads, and in fact, I'd give it 3.9 Chucky heads if we could make that graphic. So he's going to be an unrestricted free agent at age 33, and I think with the Raiders coming back to Oakland, I would say, again, it's very, very likely. He talked to his good friend Michael Robinson, and Michael Robinson came out and said that Lynch said that he wants to play and has some unfinished business. And I think Lynch does have some unfinished business, because if you watch what he did in the first few weeks of the season, he averaged 4.2 yards per carry, 3 touchdowns, and I think was a major reason why the Raiders, well, I think we're at least kind of in some of those closer games, and he was one of the, I think, main focal points in that offense. And here's the depth chart, okay? Like, the reason why we're going to talk about running backs for the Raiders is because Lynch, Martin, Richard, all free agents, plus Chris Warren, we all love him, but I like Chris Warren at 247, not 270 pounds. And then DeAndre Washington is, DeAndre Washington. He's okay to me. I personally really want Marshawn to come back because I think he's going to impact the team from an on the field, but maybe more importantly, he's going to impact the locker room. And let's be real, Raider Nation deserves Marshawn Lynch back in Oakland for 1 more year. So with that being said, do you want the Raiders to re-sign Marshawn Lynch? Now, I said it a lot. I want the Raiders to kind of go the youth movement, right? I mean, you're bringing in a coach for 10 years, 9 left in that now. You got to go youth. As much as I love Marshawn, I'm not so much tasting the rainbow. But do you want the Raiders to re-sign Marshawn Lynch? I want you to type R for re-sign or L for leave him alone. Okay? 33 years old, bring back Marshawn Lynch. R for re-sign, L for leave alone. I'm going to give a major shout out to BetDSI for hooking us up here at the Raiders Report with the best promo code on the internet. And if you don't think it's the best promo code, get with it, because it's 4 Chucky heads, believe it, baby. Use it. Raiders 120 for 120% deposit bonus. You want to bet on Raiders games next year? BetDSI. You want to bet on AAF games this year? Do it. You want to bet on March Madness? BetDSI is the one place to do it. Chatsports.com/bet. Raiders 120. 20. You better use my promo. Let's get into that next rumor here. Mike Mayock, he doesn't like the scouting combine. I'm giving this one 3 Chucky heads, and it's even really close to 4 Chucky heads to me. And yo, I freaking love Mike Mayock. Like, this dude is absolutely me, I think, in a bigger light. And to be honest, with this, I kind of look like Mike Mayock if I would have worn my suit today. I'm just saying. So here's the thing. He came out and said this past week that he personally thinks that the Senior Bowl is just better for scouting talent because the Senior Bowl is where football is actually played. And I trust Mike Mayock. I like the hire right away. He's been an NFL analyst for 30 years, and this was his quote, and it kind of makes me chuckle a little bit. So the scouting combine started because teams wanted to share medical information. It's then turned into the underwear Olympics. Personally, I think the only Olympics that I could ever get a gold medal in is probably an underwear Olympics, but that may be besides the point. I think Mike Mayock and John Gruden have also kind of hinted at one of the biggest reasons why they wanted to, one of the reasons why they really loved coaching at the Senior Bowl is because Gruden said that he's drafted many players in the past from the Senior Bowl. Mike Mayock is saying that he really likes players from the Senior Bowl. So I think this is one of those things where maybe we need to look at the Raiders having a lot of players on that Senior Bowl, or targeting a lot of those players that played in that Senior Bowl, and they could potentially be in silver and black. So Mayock, they're going to watch the Senior Bowl, but I want to know from everybody watching, will you? Are you going to watch the Scouting Combine? Not the Senior Bowl. Are you going to watch the Scouting Combine? Sorry, amnesia. I'm getting old. OY for oh yeah, or NF for nah fam. I want to know from everybody watching, are you going to watch the Scouting Combine? You guys are always saying, hey Mitch, I deserve a shout out. I deserve a shout out. Well, with age, wisdom, I get this. So I'm asking everybody, why do you deserve a shout out? Okay, like I don't want to just put people on the show because congrats, you're on the show. Like I want you to earn it. So if you don't know how to get on the show, the number one way to do it first is by subscribing below to youtube.com/Raiders Report. So Oaktown says, Oakland Raiders Report because I'm Oaktown down for Chucky heads. Oaktown down, I love it. But the only thing you're not Oaktown down with is that picture. So I'm going to hook you up with one. When I look up Oaktown, that's what I come up with. Not too much of a surprise. It literally just says Oakland with a tree. I'll say this, though. It's a pretty dope logo. Sam Tonka. Interesting picture because I watch all the videos after work, and it brings my life back to normalcy. I think that's really cool. I think one of the reasons why I love what I do here is because you can take people away from reality just for, 15, 20 minutes, which I think is pretty dope. So I really appreciate that comment. This one made me chuckle a little bit here from Tony because my wife says I pay more attention to the Raiders Report than I do to her. Love the show, homie. Raider Nation for life. Tony, don't tell your wife this, but yeah, stick around with me. I think I'm maybe more fun. I don't know. All right, Anthony Garcia, what's up, my brother? My first time watching, it's real cool. Well, Anthony, I say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming along. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, youtube.com/Raiders Report, and also make sure you click that nice little bell for notifications so you know exactly when I go live. But Anthony, what we do here is if you don't give me a picture, I'm going to hook you up with one. So is this you? How many Chucky heads? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. How many Chucky heads is that picture of you? Anthony, again, my man, first time watching. Hope to see you come back next time around. Maybe my top story. The Raiders, are they interested in Michael Crabtree? And this is kind of funny to me because let's not forget, when Michael was a Raider in 2017, y'all were like, Mitch, they better cut him. Well, now the Ravens cut him, so are the Raiders interested in bringing back Crabtree? I'm going to give this one 2 Chucky heads, and I think people are talking. And I think Crabtree is an interesting prospect to bring back to Oakland because when he was with the Raiders, I think we could all agree that he might have been Derek Carr's go-to receiver. I mean, in 2015, 2016, he had over 85 receptions. In 2017, he led the Raiders with receptions and touchdowns. And let's be real, the Raiders, they're in desperate need of wide receiver help. So now here are his numbers with the Raiders in 2017. 618 yards, led the team in 8 touchdowns, led the team with 58 receptions. Sure, he had some drop issues, but if there was a receiver that Carr leaned on the most in the red zone, let's be real, it was Michael Crabtree. Definitely wasn't Amari Cooper. In 2018, this is what he did with the Baltimore Ravens. Now, 54 catches, 607 yards, not a big difference. Only 3 touchdowns, but like when you have Lamar Jackson throwing you the football, the offense have changed. And for me personally, if Gruden wants to bring back maybe a potentially cheaper option who can fit into the offense right away, who can, work with Derek Carr right away, who's already familiar with the offense, Michael Crabtree, personally, I don't really think it's that bad of a move. Okay, who's ripping on the Raiders? You guys want to find out? So, Cowboys VP rips on the Raiders. I kind of gave it away. This one's for Chucky Heads, believe it, baby. And I say rips, okay? So, we're going to get into quotes here a little bit. Now, I don't know if you know what Stephen Jones said, but Stephen Jones kind of made a little bit of a joke because, again, if you don't know this, they traded Amari Cooper, or the Raiders traded Amari Cooper to Dallas. So, he was asked basically what you're going to be doing when the Raiders are at the 27th pick. And he said, I'm going to be watching Amari Cooper highlight tape. And kind of said it with a little bit of a smirk on his face, which is all good to me. Like, I think having a fun little rivalry, and I don't know if you guys know this here, but we also have the #1 Cowboy show at Chat Sports, and I like having a little rivalry. So, Tom, you better put me on your show. And the Cowboys have no first-round picks. So, again, I mean, when your next pick is 58, sometimes you just got to create a little bit of fun because I kind of feel bad for the Cowboys fans. I mean, they don't have a first-round pick, and hell, we got 3. But I want to know from everybody watching, okay, who won the Amari Cooper trade? All right, type D for Dallas or type O for Oakland. All right, so who won the Amari Cooper trade? Type D for Dallas, type O for Oakland. If you want to know who I think won the trade, hit me up on IG or Twitter at MitchellRenz365. Let's go now to my last rumor on my Raiders report here. Hankins. Okay, so I kind of hinted at Hankins signing with an AFC West team. That team is the Denver Donkeys. So is Hankins signing with the Broncos? I'm going to give this one 2 Chucky Heads, and I think people are talking. And the guy who's talking is Benjamin Albright. And let's not forget that Hankins is a free agent. And when I originally did my free agents to re-sign for the Raiders in terms of defense, I had Hankins listed as 3rd, right behind Worley, because he's only 27 years old. I think he was a pretty solid run clogger, even with, Maurice Hurst there. And I think he's going to be able to teach Mo, hey, some of the ins and outs of maybe being a solid defensive tackle. But here's the thing. Denver's trying to replace Petco, who's 34 years old, and there's reports that they are interested in Johnathan Hankins. And I personally hate when players go interdivision because I think it's kind of bitter. But in 2018, Hankins was okay. All right, I mean, 2 QB hits, 4 tackles for a loss, 36 tackles. But he's still a big guy, and for the Broncos, they probably see Hankins, or maybe they saw something that they liked in him. And maybe that's why they're going out and trying to get him, who, again, he's 27 years old. I will say this, though. If the Raiders go and get Quinnen Williams in the draft, I think they're not going to re-sign Hankins, and then you could easily see Hankins move on. I want to say cheers to Raider Nation because I saw this comment. So, Garrett Connick, shout out to you, my man. If you're ever in the Sacramento area, let's get a beer, some barbecue or BB back ribs on me. Love the show. Well, man, shout out to you. Shout out to everybody. If you guys ever want to grab beer with me, let me know on IG or Twitter at MitchellRenz365. And also, if you guys ever want to come here to Chat Sports, we drink only 1 beer here. That's Tavour. Go to Tavour.com, TAVOUR.com. Sign up using promo code ChatSports. You're going to get $10 off your very first purchase. Again, we did it. 10,000. Let's get to 100,000. Shout out to y'all. Cheers. Raider Nation, what's going on? Is this the #1 Raiders channel on YouTube? For Chucky Heads, believe it, baby. And if you haven't already, subscribe right here. I'm giving you Chucky Heads, news, rumors, Raider Nation rumors. And look at this. I'm making your life easier. Check out my next video. Thanks for watching, and go Raiders.